जी এটা পুরা এটা লকিং রেখে পড়ো।
Namaskar, good evening, and welcome to today's webinar live telecast on YouTube channel. As you all are aware that nowadays we are running a series in context to different component, different aspects of service industry, whether it is related to education, whether it is related to tourism, hospitality, and aviation. And it's a great pleasure to talk to innovative minds, experts in their fields from this particular background. And our Feast Here family is growing bigger and bigger. Feast Here is a forum of educators and skill providers for tourism, hospitality, events, research, and entrepreneurship. So, in this particular series, today we have the topic to be discussed with Dr. Manoj Mishra ji. To just tell a brief about Dr. Manoj Mishra ji, he's an international travel consultant, visiting professor Utkal University and C.V. Raman Global University, Centurion University and IGNOU. So he is today with us to talk on the topic tourism potentials of Odisha. Our country is so vibrant, each and every corner of our country has something special to offer to every tourist, whether within the country or from outside the country. And this particular part of our country, that is East India and Odisha, this is something very pious called as Soul of Incredible India also. So knowing, let's go to Dr. Manoj Mishra ji and know more about tourism potential of Odisha, how much it has been explored and how more it has to be given to the tourism industry. Sir, with due respect, and we welcome on behalf of our entire team of Chamber for Service Industry and all our dear audience. We welcome you.
Okay. A very good evening to all of the viewers and listeners right now. My best wishes to all of you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, I do understand that we don't have enough time at our disposal. Actually, I can speak for only 35 or 40 minutes at the best.
Sure, sir.
And within that short span of time, it would be very difficult on my part to deliver justice to all the different varied potentials of tourism potentials of our state. But let me try my best to touch some of the very important aspects of our tourism industry here in Odisha.
Thank you, sir. An entire platform is yours, sir. So okay. You can go beyond 40 minutes also, no problem. We are more eager to listen to the topic and to know about Odisha more and more.
Okay, madam. Okay, then should I start speaking?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay.
Ji. So are you sharing some kind of a presentation, sir?
Yes, some kind of presentation, so that it will be easier for me to touch so many different things within a short span of time. Yes.
Ji, sir.
Otherwise, if I will go on talking for for a longer duration, it may bounce over the heads of people and people may fall sleepy.
Okay. We can understand, sir.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, you can share screen with the green button given.
Actually, madam, I am not so much familiar with all these things.
No worries, sir. It is given in when you see the lower.
Okay. Right now, whatever screen slides I am sharing, is it visible to all the people in this forum right now?
No, sir. Not yet.
Okay. Okay. अच्छा.
जी.
Okay.
आपने सर शेयर स्क्रीन के थ्रू आपने स्क्रीन शेयर किए?
अच्छा, just a minute. Okay. शेयर स्क्रीन कर दो, एटा देखा जाउनी, इट्स नॉट विजिबल टू ऑल ऑफ देम. हाँ,
तो
So,
इन द मीनवाइल जब तक ये हो रहा है सर और ये कर रहे
हाँ,
हैं, इफ यू कैन जस्ट लेट अस नो योर जर्नी, मतलब आप
ओके,
टूरिज्म फील्ड में कैसे आए सर, और आपने
ओके,
जैसे हमने आईटा उफ्टा का भी देखा है, आपका
अच्छा,
ये इंटरेस्ट किस तरह से डेवलप हुआ सर?
ओके, 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 ओके. uh, long back, he became a postgraduate in tourism administration from Utkal University.
जी
And
जी.
am I audible to all of the
यस
listeners? Okay.
यस यस.
Around 25 years back, when I
हम्म.
became a postgraduate in tourism administration. Thereafter, I did several jobs in several travel agencies, tour operators, airline sales and reservation offices. But
जी.
after one decade of doing a variety of jobs in different travel-related organizations,
हम्म.
I switched over to academics. Both of my
ओके.
parents were academicians. I thought my capabilities will be better exploited as a lecturer, as a teacher. And
जी जी.
I started teaching from 2002 onwards, to,
अच्छा. राइट सर.
2002 onwards. And during that time, I did my um,
आईटा.
advanced diploma from IATA and UFTA.
जी जी
And
जी.
IATA is an international apex authority
हाँ जी.
taking the membership of
हम्म.
almost all scheduled carriers operating around the globe.
हम्म.
And more than 360 airlines are its members. And they offer different standard programs, particularly on travel agency management and tour
जी जी
operations.
जी.
The advanced course is designed only for those who have successfully completed the foundation course.
राइट.
But I skipped the foundation course. I admitted myself in the advanced course, and I luckily I got through it with first class distinctions. And
वंडरफुल वंडरफुल.
in the merit list, I came out with flying colors. And afterwards also, in the meantime, I was guiding a lot. I have guided more than 200 rich European and American groups in the last 2 decades. And
अच्छा जी.
I'm a regional guide of Government of India. And
ओके.
and in the recent past, I have started writing blogs on travel on particularly on travel and tourism destinations of our state.
अच्छा.
It was because of the repeated request of my students, I started writing. And in the meantime, I have seen every day more than 1,000 number of people are visiting my site. And
राइट.
Okay,
जी
it's
जी जी.
running
We
good.
will talk more on to this later on.
Okay, okay,
We can easily see your slides now.
okay,
Your screen share has started.
okay,
If you
okay,
can just move your slides so that we can check कि it is working properly. If you can go
okay,
to
okay,
third
okay,
slide.
okay. Is this visible?
हाँ जी sir, it is moving. Right, we can start now, sir.
Okay,
Thank
okay,
you.
okay,
जी.
okay, okay. Let me start. Okay.
जी sir.
Uh, Once again, let me say that I will try my best to touch some of the very important aspects of our tourism industry here in Odisha.
जी.
And and um, everyone knows Odisha is in the eastern coast of India, in the coast of Bay of Bengal. Uh, Earlier, the name of Odisha was Kalinga, and during those time, it was better. This coastline was better known as Kalinga Sagar. And as the history says, Kalingan people were very vibrant as far as maritime trade activities are concerned. And Kalingan people were having maritime trade activities with several Southeast Asian countries, and in several countries located in the Indian Ocean coast of Africa, particularly Madagascar, Mauritius, Seychelles, Reunion, all those islands. Because here in the different temple sculptures, we find several sculptures of boat journeys. Those have been depicted in the temple walls. Okay. Odisha is located in the eastern coast of India, and the longitude latitude figure is as it is here in the screen. The state covers an area of 1,55,707 kilometer, which is 4.87% of the total area of India, and its coastline is 480 kilometer. India's total coastline is more than 7,500 kilometers. If you take into consider the coastline of Andaman and Lakshadweep, it is 7,500, more than 7,500 kilometers. And out of that, only 480 kilometer coastline is in India, Odisha is here. There are many possible reasons for calling Odisha is unique and different. And I'll just go on explaining a little about each of the points. And the state of Odisha is like a breeze between the north and south of India, and therefore represents a pan-India cultural diversity, because in Odisha you will find people belonging to different parts of India. There are about 60. The most important aspect of Odisha is very rich in tribal resources. There are about 62 types of tribes living in the state, having a lot of cultural diversities, including food, drink, clothing, fairs and festival, and many other cultural diversities. And what I find in my last 2 decades guiding career, whenever I accompany people, particularly foreign tourists, to different temple premises, they say that we have got churches and other monument sites, and you have got temples. These are all places of dead cultures. We want to go. We want to visit the places of living culture. I mean, they mean that they want to visit all those rural places and tribal hamlets where they can get a chance to see the living culture. And the Odisha, as a matter of fact, is very rich in tribal resources. Around 62 types of tribal people inhabit in Odisha. I will be speaking in detail about later. It is a peace-loving state, and the population is not much. Only a few handful cities having population more than 5 lakh. Urbanization has not yet contaminated the quiet attraction of its villages. Rural tourism is truly emerging strength of Odisha, because when we go back, let's say 75 years back, once Gandhiji came out with the opinion that India's heart lies in its villages. If you want to discover true India, then go to its villages. And that statement holds very much true in Odishan context. I mean, Odisha has got lot of villages which stand as the fountainhead of our culture, and cultural heritage resources are plentifully available there. And rural tourism is truly emerging strength of Odisha tourism, and I think in India tourism as well. Whether it is an environmental tourism lover, or an art lover, or a tribal public life lover, Odisha has something in its bosom for everyone. It seems as if God has never shown stepmother's attitude towards Odisha as far as the tourism bounties are concerned. Uh, okay. Bhubaneswar is better known as a temple cladded city, because here you will see in the recent past a Prachi river valley civilization has been unearthed, and several skeletons, several household objects have been unearthed in the Prachi river valley. Prachi is a river which has been dead right now, which has already become dead, but it has been found that there was a civilization, and which is maybe contemporary to Harappa civilization. Bhubaneswar's unique identity is that it is unbroken Kalinga temple architecture is still preserved. There are varieties of temples in Bhubaneswar. I will be discussing later. Apart from the good weather that rains throughout the year, Odisha is all the more interesting, virgin and exotic 480 kilometer long sunrise coastline. tropical forest, 39.31%. Odisha has one of Odisha comes with in the list of 5 states of India where largest forest cover is found, and Odisha is having tropical forest cover of 39.31% of the total area of the state. Chilika is the largest brackish water lake in Asia, and it is the Chilika was the first wetland of India which got or which was accredited the status of Ramsar site in the year 1981. Ramsar is a small place in Iran where a international wetland conference was held in the year 1981, and after that several wetlands of international importance were earmarked and given the status of Ramsar site. And Chilika was the first wetland of international importance in India, which was accredited the status of Ramsar site in the long back in the year 1981. And Chilika spreads over an area of 1100 square kilometer. But this statement holds good in particularly in rainy season, and during summer season, the area of Chilika, the area of expanse of Chilika shrinks down to 950 square kilometer, and its salinity increases during summer. In rainy season, its area expands, and it is because of the large amount of waters which get assimilated with Chilika water through the different tributaries of the Bhargavi river. And the Odishan local cuisine is very well known all around the globe. And we all know that there are two range of mountains, Eastern Ghats and Western Ghat range of mountains. Both run parallel to the eastern side of India and the western side of India. And the highest peak of Western Ghat mountains is Anaimudi, that is in Kerala, and the Eastern Ghats highest mountain peak is Deomali, that is in Koraput of Odisha. The youngest religion of India, that many of us may not be aware of this fact. The youngest religion of India is is Mohima cult. That is otherwise called, it is a cult, Mohima cult, that was originated in the holy land of Odisha. And that place of origin is Joronda, that is located near to a town called Dhenkanal of Odisha. And and there are several other series of things when we take it into consideration. Odisha stands apart from other states. It is in Nandankanan of Odisha where a white tiger was born out of the mating of two non-white tigers. And perhaps Odisha is the place where a white tiger and Ghadial crocodile were bred in captivity in Nandankanan for the first time on earth in Odisha. Earlier, they were never bred in captivity. And white tiger was born out of two non-white parents. That is also a miracle of nature that happened in Odisha, on the land of Odisha. Odisha is the only state where people can see the largest number of white Royal Bengal tigers as well as largest number of white estuarine crocodiles. Estuarine crocodile means saltwater crocodiles, and they are plentifully available in a place called Bhitarkanika, which is in Kendrapada district of our state. And and Royal Bengal tigers in not in wild but in captivity, but that is in Nandankanan. People both otherwise you may say these are albinos, Royal Bengal tiger albino and crocodile estuarine or saltwater crocodile albino are available in Odisha only. And the largest crocodile which was spotted, and later on it was kept safe in a pond in the Bhitarkanika National Park, and after its demise, the 23 feet long skeleton of the largest estuarine crocodile on earth has been kept in Bhitarkanika. 23 feet long skeleton. Nowhere on earth such a long saltwater crocodile has been spotted till date.
Okay.
I I will be showing the photograph in the latter slides.
Okay, okay. Right, sir.
Okay. Then comes some of these, and there are a series of attractions. I have tried to categorize those attractions under different heads. Here are some of the same attractions known by different names. I mean, same attractions means there are 64 Yogini shrines. Yogini, let me speak a little bit about it.
Ji.
Yeah, there are, let me go to that. Okay. Sorry. Uh, okay, so 64 Yogini shrines. Actually, in India, there are only 4 places where people find 64 Yogini shrine. I mean, 64 number of Shakti shrines or Yogini shrines are found in 4 different places. And out of those 4 places in India, 2 are in Odisha. One is
Okay.
Hirapur, Bhubaneswar. Another is Ranipur Jharial in Titlagarh, in the northwestern Odisha. And the other 2 are in MP, particularly Bhedagat and Jabalpur. And particularly during 9th and 10th century, Shakti or Shakti shrines were greatly in demand. I mean, people were devotees of Shakti shrines, and in Hirapur, near Bhubaneswar, it is a high pastoral kind of temple architecture. Uh, I have not attached photographs here. I was just looking for it, but actually there is no roof, and there is no roof. It is a high pastoral kind of structure. It is just a circular, around 7 feet structure, and it is open to sky. And inside there are 64 number of selves or niches, and where all the yoginis having different carriers are placed. And you will be astonished to know that all those yoginis are having different carriers and having different hairstyles. And
Okay.
you just imagine the sculptors of those times.
Ji.
Okay. And Asoka's inscription. And Ashoka, everyone knows there are more than 30, 13, more than 13, exactly 33 number of rock edicts found in 14 different places that spreads over multiple number of countries, particularly in total South Asia, particularly India, Nepal, Bangladesh, Afghanistan, Pakistan. And in all those places, the Ashoka's rock art edicts are found, both maybe pillar inscription, maybe maybe rock inscription. And out of those 14 sites, 2 are in Odisha. One is in Dhauli near Bhubaneswar. Another is Jaugad near Barampur, or in the South Odisha. One is in Dhauli, and single hot spring. Or there is a hot spring in Otri and another hot spring in Taptapani. Uh, and there are a cluster of hot springs. One is Deolojari and near Atmalik. Another is Bhapur near Toraval or Noyagarh. Here I will be saying nowhere in the India you will find a place where a cold spring and a hot spring exist side by side or exist very close to each other. And when we cannot take breath or both cold breath or hot breath, both in 2 different nostrils, and whereas it is a miracle of nature, in Deolojari one finds a cold spring and hot spring exist side by side.
Okay.
Okay.
Ji.
Okay, in Odisha, everyone knows the Jagannath Ratha Yatra held at Puri in the month of June, July. Actually, Asada Sukla Paksha Ditya, we follow lunar calendar, particularly this festival in the Asada Sukla Paksha Ditya. I mean, in the month of most probably in between the month of June and July, Jagannath Ratha Yatra is held at Puri. But another Ratha Yatra is held in Lingara's temple in Bhubaneswar, that is called Rukuna Ratha Yatra, that is held in March, April, and March, April. But the importance is that never mm, I mean, it is not turned back. Just another door is made open in the backside, and it is um, and people pull the Ratha back to its Lingaraj temple. It's from Lingaraj to Rameswaram. Rameswar is another temple. Another Ratha Yatra of Biraja Thakurani of Jaipur, of Jajpur, is held during Dasara time. There are three different kinds of Ratha Yatras held in Odisha. And here another thing is the leaning marbles. Leaning marbles, everyone knows. Everyone knows that, particularly in Italy, there is a city called Pisa, and Leaning Tower of Pisa is very well known. And UNESCO, United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization. I mean, UNESCO has accredited the status of World Heritage Site to Pisa, but we have got Leaning Temple, one in Ratneswar temple in Manikarnika Ghat of Varanasi. Another is Leaning temple at Huma near Sambalpur. And you will be astonished to know that Leaning Tower of Pisa is tilted only 4 degree, whereas Leaning temple at Huma near Sambalpur tilted by 9 degree. And in Ratneswar temple in particularly Manikarnika Ghat in Varanasi, you will find the height of Ratneswar temple is 74 feet, whereas the Leaning Tower at Pisa is only 41 feet. But still, then Leaning Tower of Pisa has already got the status of World Heritage Site, but whereas not these temples have got the World Heritage Site status. And two different kinds of leaning marble. One is man-made creation, another is natural creation. One, the leaning trees near Chakapa, the Fulbani district of our Odisha, that there you will find all the trees are tilted towards a certain direction. Nobody knows what is the reason behind it.
Okay.
In leaning temple, maybe one may come to the conclusion that the temple, maybe some problem is there in the earth crust, so that the temple has remained tilted by 9 degree. Whereas the leaning trees in near Chakapada, nobody knows why all the trees are tilted towards a particular direction. These are all leaning marbles, but the state government has to provide, has to apply to the UNESCO authorities with all sorts of possible documentations and photographs, so that in the future it can get the status of World Heritage Site. But it has not yet come to the notice of common people. I have accompanied several times different groups of foreign tourists to those places, and they all are unanimous in their views that it is absolutely a marvelous place and very astounding, very different kind of place. Nobody knows such a natural creation can ever exist on earth.
Yes, this is really wonderful to know
As
about.
actually, yes. uh, Here I have categorized some of the destinations which are known by the same name, but they are different kind of attractions. Particularly, you see Udayagiri. Udayagiri, in Odisha, there are two different places of Udayagiri. I know there is a place called Udayagiri in Vidisha also, in perhaps in Maharashtra. But in Odisha, there are two places in the name of Udayagiri. One is near Khandagiri, very near to Bhubaneswar, in the outskirts of Bhubaneswar. That is a Jaina fame. Particularly in the first century BC, during the rule of King Kharavela, he had hewn out hewn out several rock cut caves for providing shelter to the Jaina monks during the adverse weather conditions, particularly during rain or cyclone or storm, whatever. During adverse weather conditions, King Kharavela had hewn out several rock cut caves. 36 number of caves are there in Khandagiri and Udayagiri in Bhubaneswar. That is a Jaina. That was meant for providing shelter to Jaina monks. But near Ratnagiri, that is in Jajpur district of Odisha, around 100 kilometers away from Bhubaneswar state capital, that is a Buddhist monument. You will see that is a circuit better known as LUR circuit. LUR means L stands for Lalitagiri, U stands for Udayagiri, and R stands for Ratnagiri. And all these sites are only 5-10 kilometers away from each other. Whoever goes to Lalitagiri, he definitely goes to Udayagiri and Ratnagiri. That is very located close by, and those are all Buddhist monuments. And you will find there lot many number of monasteries and Buddhist stupas and those were built during 2nd century AD to 7th century AD. Okay. And that's why Udayagiri, in the name of Udayagiri, there is a Jaina monument and there is a Buddhist monument as well. Okay, Usakuti, that the one Usakuti in Odisha in Sambalpur district, that is a wildlife sanctuary, and 45 kilometers from Sambalpur. And another Usakoti is there in Sundargarh district. That is a place of ancient ruins. And maybe a kind of civilization was there, but right now it has been unearthed, and that place is also named as Usakoti. Another place, Joronda. Joronda, as I was saying a little before, Joronda is the place of origin of the world's youngest religion, that is called Mohima cult. That was the inception of this particular Mohima cult goes to 1867, and a very huge fair is organized in the month of February there. That is called Magho Mela, and that is held in the Joronda, and that place is Mohima Dharmapitha, or the center of Mohima cult. That is in Dhenkanal district, only 35 kilometers away from Dhenkanal town. Dhenkanal, that is the district headquarters. And another place that is a waterfall, that is in Mayurbhanj district. That waterfall is located inside the Similpal Biosphere Reserve. Similpal, you must be knowing that Similpal is a very well-known biosphere reserve that is located in Mayurbhanj district, near the Baripada city. Okay. Okay. Now, right now, I have also categorized same name, same attraction, but different location. The name is same, attraction is same, but located in different places. One is Khondadhar, that is one Khondadhar is in Sundargarh district, another Khondadhar is Kendujhar district. Both are waterfalls. And one is Ghagra, that is also a waterfall, and that is known as Sano Ghagra and Bodo Ghagra, and both are in Kendujhar district. Both are waterfalls. There are so many other details, but I just want to categorize those same name, same attraction, different place, but same name, different attractions, and same attractions, but different location or different places. Under those categories, I have categorized the destinations. These are all beach destinations of Odisha. There are several beaches. I know it will be difficult for you to memorize all these things, and there is no use of reading it loudly. But I just want to speak a few facts about our beaches. I have guided several discerning travelers to a place called Ramachandi, here just 65 kilometers away from state capital Bhubaneswar. And Discovery Channel several times shows the top 10 beach destinations of world, and Miami, that is located in South US, Southern US, and Miami, that is the capital of Florida, and that is always comes in the list of world-class beach destinations of the world. And but I have accompanied several tourists from Miami of Florida to our beach destinations, particularly Ramchandi, and there they all of those people came out with the same opinion that your Ramchandi has more potential than Miami. Okay, why you came to this conclusion, or how can you justify this? They said that we have got all the support system. I mean, infrastructural support. Suppose after having sea bath, one needs to get freshwater shower bath. But in your beach destinations, that facility is not there. But from touristic point of view, the natural attractions has got more potential. These are all man-made creations. If government realizes this, they can make hundreds of freshwater shower bath systems available in front of the sea beach. But here, the Marine Drive road from Konark, Chandrabhaga to Puri, that 35-kilometer Marine Drive is just a heaven. If you will go by this road, you will find the silver color white sand and virgin casuarina plantations, sea beaches, and the road is truly a boulevard. Boulevard means, I mean to say that both the Krishna Chuda and Radha Chuda flowering plants are on both sides. The road is flanked on both sides by a lot of flowering plants, and on one side there is in the left side there is sea beach, and on the right side there is Balukhanda Wildlife Sanctuary, and the road find its way to Puri from Chandrabhaga, that is a place near Konark, and that 35-kilometer long drive is just beyond is a life-changing event if one goes if one finds an opportunity to go by this road. And that's why they came to the conclusion that this particular sea beach is having more tourism potential than Miami Beach. But here,
Okay.
what you are lacking is there is infrastructural support. The support system, infrastructural support is lacking.
Ji.
Okay, these are all the things. That's what is Chandrabhaga. You see this in this in this third Chandrabhaga Konark, 35 kilometers to Puri, and that is an extremely beautiful beach. Chandipur. Let me speak a little about Chandipur. Chandipur beach is located only. I will be showing you. Maybe photograph was there. Is there? Here you see this is the photograph of Chandipur beach.
Okay.
This is the Chandipur beach, and you see every day the sea recedes back 5 kilometers twice a day. In the morning you find sea beach is here, and in the evening you go to the same place, you find sea beach has receded 5 kilometers back.
Okay.
And it's a very flat beach, and you can go on driving your vehicle uninterruptedly, comfortably. This is the miracle of this beach, and this sea plays hide and seek with the tourist. You may say like this, and the sea goes back 5 kilometers or recedes back 5 kilometers in the evening, and in the morning you find the sea again comes back to to its original place. It is because of high tides and low tides, and the Chandipur beach is okay. And Ramchandi, Balighai, Beleswar. It actually Beleswar. This is wrongly spelled. Puri, Samuka Beach, and Gopalpur. Gopalpur is a very and it was a port city actually during Asoka's time. That was a port city, and Ashoka had invaded Kalinga because of gaining control over that port, and from that port also both the son and daughter of Ashoka had gone to Sri Lanka to spread the religion Buddhism. Okay, Gopalpur was a very right now a new port is being constructed over there. Okay. Let me speak a little about the Kalingan temple architecture. Actually, Odisha is known for 3T: temples, tribes, and textiles.
Okay.
3T: temples, tribes, and textiles. Temples, this particular the bigger one is the Garbhagruha or the Sanctum Sanctorum, the bigger one, and the next comes. You may come from right side. The taller curvilinear tower is called Garbhagruha, and the second one is next to it is Jagamohana. Next is Natya Mandapa, and the next one is Bhoga Mandapa. Let me translate it into this curvilinear tower is the main tower, main temple where where God the platform, the pedestal over which the God rests is inside this curvilinear tower. This is called Garbhagruha. And the next is Jagamohana, or Jagamohana is or the audience hall. Otherwise, you can see audience hall, or otherwise some people call it as Mukha Mandapa. And the next one is Natya Mandapa, because the Devadasi Pratha was there during those time, and dancers were there to perform dance performances in front of the god, and that is called Natya Mandapa. And
जी.
next one is Bhoga Mandapa, or offering hall. The whatever is offered to the god, that is all those processes done here in the Bhoga Mandapa.
Like God will reside in the Garbh Mandapa,
Huh,
Garbh
yeah.
Griha,
Yes,
and it is so long. Like we can see how long it is to
yes.
that they have to go from Jag Mohana and then
हाँ,
Natya Mandir
नाटक
and then Bhog Mandir. तो इतनी
भगवान।
दूर से दिया जाता था वो
हाँ
भोग.
हाँ हाँ, इतनी दूर से
अच्छा.
दिया जाता है। Actually, right now the archaeologists and the historians have come to the conclusion that
जी.
earlier there was Garbhagruha and Jagamohan only, but
अच्छा.
but Natya Mandira and Bhogamandapa have been added during latter days, and
Right.
and
जी.
all the temples are receding in its height, in a high raised platform, in a four chambered Odishan temple complex. But you will find in Puri Jagannath temple and the Ananta Vasudev temple in Bhubaneswar, all
जी.
these four temples are in a straight line on same
अच्छा.
height, but these two, particularly Natya Mandira and Bhogamandapa, have been added later. And
Okay. जी.
earlier the Jagamono was in front of these two temples were there. Uh, actually, in present days, you will find the highest temple of Odisha in the present days is 213 feet height Puri Jagannath temple.
जी.
But
जी.
earlier the sanctum sanctorum of Konark Sun Temple, which is no more, is completely ruined, and
Okay.
that's height was 240 feet, and that has been calculated that that has been calculated by taking into the proportion height of the Jagamono and the because the Jagamono is there, the sand was filled up inside the Jagamono during Britishers' time in the year 1903. But right now, ASI has ASI decided to take out those sands inside the Jagamono in Sun Temple at Konark, and take, take, taking into okay, taking into consideration the height of Jagamono, the height of Konark Sun Temple was have been calculated, and that was perhaps 240 feet. That was the highest temple uh, in whole India. No temple or no Garbhagriha or no Sanctum Sanctorum or the Carbolino Tower was having such an astounding height. Okay.
Okay. जी.
Okay. Actually, you see, this is the drawing of the main Garbhagriha or the Curvilinear Tower, uh,
Mm-hmm.
or otherwise called Sanctum Sanctorum in the Kalinga Silpo text.
Okay.
It is otherwise called Rekha Deula. Actually, Rekha Deula, the Garbhagriha is Rekha Deula, but the latter and the other three temples are Pidha Deula, and let me speak a few details about the Rekha Deula, and everything has been mentioned over here. The
Mm-hmm.
Pista, Gondi, Pista, Bada, Gondi, and Mastaka, and
जी.
and, and it has been divided into four different parts. The lower part is foundation, or otherwise called Pista, and the next is Bada, and the next one is Gondi, and the next part is Mastaka. Mastaka is again Bekki, or the neck part. The Amla stone means the semicircular stone above the Beki, and next is Khapuri, and the next one is sacred pot or
जी.
Purna Kolos. And the Gondi part has been divided into three different parts: Rahapaga, Anurahapaga, Konikapaga. And these are all mentioned in text, I mean, Silpo text, which was being followed by the stone artisans or during those days, stone sculptors of during those days.
जी
Okay, and this is Pidha Deola. The rest temples, I mean Jagamono, Jagamono, Nattamandira, and Bhogamandapo. These three temples are of Pidha Deola, and they are also Pisto, Bado, Gondi, and Mastaka.
जी जी
And this has been divided into Pavhaga, Tolojanga, Bandhana, Uparajanga, and Baranda and Pidhas. These are all called Pidhas or steps. The steps are otherwise called Pidhas. That's why it has been named so. Pidha Deola. And the Beki, Amla stone, and the sacred pot. And this one is Khakra Deola. The Odishan temple or the Kalingan temple architecture has been roughly divided into three categories. One is Rekha Deola, Rekha temple. Second
जी
one is Pidha temple, and the third one is Khakra temple. Or this is called Khakra temple. And all the Shakti shrines, or Shakti shrines are being worshipped in those Khakra temples. Particularly in there is a temple called Boitala temple, and I have written an article in detail. Actually, it is because of paucity of time. It would
जी
not be
जी
it would not be possible to speak in all detail. And you may go to my site lunarsextasy.com. There you can get all the details.
It is looking more like of a Dravidian style kind of a
Yes,
architecture.
yes. Actually, you see, during Pulakesin time, particularly in Chalukya ruler, during those time, the temple architecture was little bit of this kind. Maybe the Kalingan sculptors were having tie-up or were having contact with those sculptors of South India. And Khakara Deola, particularly in all the Shakti shrines or the mother goddess, wherever the mother goddess was being worshipped, these such kind of temples have been observed over there. And
Akra.
Khakra Deola, right?
Okay, right.
Yes. And the same Pisto, Pabhago, Jongo, Baranda,
जी
then Gondi, and the Mostok. Mostok is a semi-cylindrical vaulted roof.
जी जी
It is not a you never find Beki and Amla stone or Kolasa or the sacred pot over there. It is just a semi-circular vaulted roof in
Okay,
Khakra Deola.
जी जी
Okay. Let me switch over to here. I have mentioned some interesting details about our Chilka Lake. um, uh, mm, Actually, several tourists come to see Chilka to only to see the Irrawaddy dolphins. And
जी
Irrawaddy dolphins is that has been earmarked as critically endangered species as per the International Union of Conservation of Nature Red List, or most threatened species, because everyone knows the bottlenose dolphins having a big bottle-like structure,
हाँ जी
bottle-like beak, and whereas Irrawaddy dolphins never look like that. I will be giving you the photograph, showing you the photograph.
okay
And Chilica having a good population of Irrawaddy dolphins, and they are very rare very rare, and they are blind in nature. They never
oh
see. They just observe the sound, feel the sound, and move. And Irrawaddy dolphins are seen in only two lagoons of the world, and they are one in Chilka in the coast of Odisha, India. In the whole world, they are found in two different lagoons. Lagoon, is a vast water body separated from sea by a sand bridge. That is
जी
called lagoon. And
जी
in Chilka Lagoon in the coast of Odisha, and the other place is Songla, that is in southern Thailand. That is in these two places, Irrawaddy dolphins are found.
Mhm.
Satpada of Odisha, that is located in eastern coast of India. Satpada is only 50 kilometers away from Puri, and around 100 kilometers away from Bhubaneswar. And Satpura Odisha is always referred as the best place for cruising in Chilka, and to see the sea mouth and Irrawaddy dolphins sighting. And Asia's largest and world's second largest brackish water lagoon, Chilka.
Okay.
And nowadays the Chilka Development Authority has digged up another sea mouth, because the local the island village people inside the Chilka Lake. They complained that the fish production or fish catch is getting down. They are not getting able to catch more fish, and the pH value is not pH value is getting down. I mean, the water being acidic and the alkalinity goes down. That's why they wanted to open another sea mouth so that more sea water can get inside the Chilka Lake, and this fish production will be more. And taking into consider several regions, the Chilka Development Authority has digged up another mouth that is called Magarmukha, and the in the place sea mouth and in Satpada, there in not in the Kalijai side or not in the Barkul side, there is another side called Satpada. There people get that opportunity to see the Irrawaddy dolphins, and there are around 180 number of dolphins in the last census. In the 180 dolphins, Irrawaddy dolphins have been found there.
Okay.
Okay.
So, sir, opening a new mouth, is it sustainable from the point of view of ecosystem and ecology? Okay.
They have all taken into consideration all those things: the pH value of the water, the salinity of the water, and the seaweeds. The Chilika water is because of siltation and the huge amount of siltation because of the different rivers tributaries getting added to the Chilika coast, and the Chilika the depth is getting down. I mean the depth is getting reduced, and taking all into consideration the eco or biodiversity of the place, the Chilika Development Authority has and time to time it has to be digged up. Several times it is getting closed, and again it has to be digged up. There is a development authority. The government of Odisha has formed a Chilika Development Authority. And the sole authority, their sole objective is to take into consideration several aspects of Chilika and to keep it as such for our posterity. Yes, and this is what this is how the Irrawaddy dolphin look like. Okay, this is how the Irrawaddy dolphins look like. Is a very close photograph. Okay, let me speak about Chilika is one of the place which accommodates some rare, vulnerable, and endangered species listed in IUCN Red List of Threatened Species account of rich biodiversity. Chilika Lake, I have already told about it. It's a Ramsar site, a wetland of international importance. And Nolabona Island is there. Within the lake is notified as a bird sanctuary. There is a bird sanctuary located inside Chilika. There the very shallow water, and the birds, migratory birds are coming from Siberia and from Central Asia. The temperature goes down to minus 50 degrees centigrade there, particularly in Vladivostok and the different Central Asia or Siberia area. And the migratory birds never get enough food over there, and they migrate to Chilka, particularly in Nolabon Island, and another place called Mongolajodi. There is another place called Mongolajodi and Nolabon. These two islands are visited by migratory birds in lakhs, and more than 150 number of varieties of birds come to Chilka Lake during winter, particularly, and the bird arrival has already started in few numbers, but particularly in the month of December 15 to January 15, this is the peak time during which more than 1 lakh number of migratory birds are found in Mongolajodi, and resident birds, they get along with the resident birds, they make nest inside the Nolabon, and they get enough plankton kind of food there, and they stay here for 1.5 months or 2 months, and again they get back to their original place of habitation. And and particularly these are all stilts. These bird called stilts. I have minimum 50 number of birds I can identify. I can show you the photographs, but right now I have not brought. This is a Rudy Seldog. This bird called Rudy Seldog, and these are all my own photographs. and pelicans, egrets, cormorants, spoonbill, pintail. Uh, there are several such kind of birds.
So,
This is
what is the correct month
uh,
for this?
particularly December and January.
Okay, okay.
December and January is the best month for bird sighting, and
Acha.
the Chilika Development Authority provides boats and the local fishermen. And I find over there what I find every year. I am going there, and I am accompanying several tourists to those places also. And what I find is that the earlier the villagers in the nearby villagers were bird poachers. I mean, they were killing birds and selling those birds in Tangi market, in the local Khorda market. But nowadays, those bird poachers have become bird savers. I mean, they realized this fact that if more number of birds will be coming and more number of birds will be sighted in our place, then more number of tourists will come to our place. We will get enough assignments to move them, to accompany them inside the lake, and our income will go up. And they have really understood it, and that's why how the community participation can go a long way in sustaining the destination for our posterity, that they have realized. And nowadays you will find if at all a particular villager has killed a bird and and then other villagers will immediately make a complaint against him in the in front of city authority. City authority has also made several watchtowers around the lake. And but one thing my concern is that the Chilika Development Authority should provide them solar operated motorboats, so that will not sound much, but they are using diesel operated motorboats and inside the lake, which makes a lot of noises, and birds are getting affected. And the state government made their hands up to give the solar operated boats on subsidized rates. They said that we are going through funds constraint and we can do that. And the village boat owners can never be forced to use motorboats because they don't have enough income. It's okay, they don't have enough income of their own, but the government should provide solar battery operated motorboats, so that will not noisy, and the birds will never be distracted. And but one thing I find is that the very shallow water, you can see the kind of beauty over there in this photograph. And you can just move in a very and when they get nearer to the bird, they switch off the motor, and they move by using long bamboo sticks to move. And that's how I have become able to take huge number of photographs of several birds from close quarters. I can get that opportunity to go to the close proximity of those birds, so that tourists can get photographs from very close quarters.
Acha, okay.
Okay. Then let me speak about Bhitarkanika. That is the second largest mangrove ecosystem of India. The first or the largest mangrove ecosystem is in Sundarban, and the Bhitarkanika is the second largest mangrove ecosystem. Just a little before, I was speaking about the 23-feet long skeleton of saltwater crocodile, which has been preserved over there and is being displayed over there, and is commonly referred as the home of world's largest white crocodile, the first albino crocodile. And nobody knows that crocodile can be white. Yes, the first albino crocodile, Gori, and it was named accordingly. The forest department has named it Gori, and the Gori is still living inside a pond there. They are not allowing it to go wild. And the waters of Bhitarkanika for the first time in 1975. Gori was spotted in Bhitarkanika for the first time in 1975. It is an albino crocodile, and another albino crocodile has been spotted. That name has been saved as Molly. Molly is a white flower in Odia language, a white flower is called molly, and accordingly they have kept the name as molly. And the second, and there are 16 number of white crocodiles have already been spotted in the waters of Bhitarkanika, and that is the nowhere in the world you can spot such a large number of white or albino crocodile. Bhitarkanika has one of the largest populations of endangered estuarine crocodile in India, and is globally unique because around 10% of the adults exceed 6 meter length. Your 1 meter is equivalent to 3.28 feet. That means 10% of the adults become more than 18 feet, and their weight goes up to 1,000 kgs. The largest crocodile spotted till date on Earth was a colossal specimen of estuarine crocodile of 23 feet size, and that has been depicted over there. Let me show you. Here you see the white crocodile. I became able to take the photograph of Gori, and that is inside the Bhitarkanika sanctuary in a small pond. There, they allowed me to throw. What is that called in English? I don't know. Crab. They allowed me one bucket of crabs, and I held it through a spatula and throw towards the Gori, and Gori jumped and took it and consumed it. And that is a very interesting sight. And tourists can also be allowed to throw crabs to Gori, and Gori can take it making a jump. And that is I could become able to take a photograph of his head only. Yes, this one is the 23 feet long skeleton of the largest saltwater crocodile or estuarine crocodile.
Okay, right.
Let me go to another aspect of Odisha, that is called Gahirmotha. Gahirmotha is a very actually, to be very frank, I do have a very interesting video of that. I could not become able to post that video here in a slide presentation, but I will be showing you the photographs only. The Gahirmotha is worldwide renowned for seasonally hosting olive ridley sea turtles. There are 6 kind of sea turtles, and out of those, olive ridley sea turtles are plentifully available around the world. But the the most interesting part of olive ridley turtle is that they come to the same place for nesting and laying eggs where they were born. Actually, they go 1,000 kilometers away from the spot, but they find their way back to the same spot to lay eggs. And Gahirmotha is such a place where millions, not in lakhs, millions of olive ridley sea turtles comes yearly once for mass nesting and egg laying. As far as the concept, and that is a once in a lifetime event, and you will see those olive ridley sea turtles laying eggs in thousands and thousands of in the extended beach of Gahirmotha. You will find that is the river estuary of Brahmani and Baitarani river, and and there you will find thousands of olive ridley sea turtles are mass egg laying. As far as the concept of mass egg laying of olive ridley sea turtles is concerned, the $1,000,000 question is in this regard is, how do these gentle sea creatures navigate thousands of kilometers to find the same beach where they were born?
Right.
That is the most interesting fact, because the wildlife experts have inserted transmitters alongside their cells, and they wanted to take the note of their exact path where they are remaining around the year, and again coming back to the same beach for laying eggs. And that is a $1,000,000 question. And in the same case happens in case of migratory birds in Mangalajodi. In Mangalajodi and Chilika Nalaban, you will find the same bird. Several times it has been spotted. The same bird transmitter has been inserted in just below their wings, and the bird was kept under surveillance round the year. And again, it was found that the same bird came back to Mangalajodi and Nalaban during December and January. And the same olive ridley turtle is coming back to Gahirmotha for laying eggs. Here you see the olive sea turtle is laying eggs. They,
Okay.
they use their hind limbs or back limbs to to you see how it makes a nest. It first makes a nest like this. They make a hole in the sand, and they lay eggs over here.
जी
One olive turtle can lay eggs more than 50-60 number of eggs at a
right
time. At a time.
जी
Here the baby is coming out. Here
जी
these are called olive ridley, means because its hard shell looks like a olive leaf color. I mean dark bottle green or bottle green leaf color. That's why it is named so, olive ridley turtles. Okay. Oh,
जी
yes. Yes. Again, the same thing I have already told about it. Chandipur
yes
sea beach.
हाँ
Chandipur
जी
sea beach. Vanishing or disappearing sea beach of Odisha.
yes
The sea beach recedes back up to 5 kilometers twice a day. This hide and seek of the sea comes to play twice a day in sea, it is an unforgettable experience to see the sea disappear and then return. Okay. And now let comes to Odisha has sheltered um, 62 types of diverse indigenous tribal communities in its bosom. They are PVTG group or primarily vulnerable tribal group. And what I observe is that they are very fast losing their cultural identity, because I have written several articles on Odishan tribes, and particularly how their household goods are being lost in the incessant flow of time, in the perennial flow of time. They are getting modernized. They are losing their cultural identity very fast. And I have every time I go to tribal areas, I visit their weekly tribal markets. There is a place called Chatikona near Raigada. There you will find lot many number of Dongriya Kandha people. They are they all their name is Dongriya, means Dongor means hillocks, and they live on the top of the hillocks. That's why they are named so, Dongriya Kandha people. They come down the hill to sell their sell their particularly pineapple, queen variety of pineapple. They harvest queen variety of pineapple and several horticulture. Right? They are very good, very well known horticulturist, and they sell their products in the market, Chatikona market, and they take back dry salted fish, or otherwise it is called sukhua in our local language, and they take back, and they clothes, they purchase clothes in return, and they go back. And it is very interesting to visit those tribal markets, weekly tribal markets. Another place, another tribal hatta is there in near Jaipur. There you will be astonished to know that the people are in such a primitive stage. They still don't know the use of money, and barter system is still prevailing. They exchange their forest products, and in return they get some other products for their households. And yeah, Odisha is having the largest number of tribes as well as the largest percentage of the total population tribes. Particularly, you see, they comprise 22.85% of the complete population of the state and constitute 9.17% of the all out ट्राइबल पॉपुलेशन टोटल। हम हमारे कंट्री का जितना भी परसेंटेज ट्राइबल पॉपुलेशन है वो उसका 9.17% ओडिशा में है। 62 types of scheduled tribe in Odisha. Talk about 74 number of vernacular linguas, Indo-Asiatic languages they say. And Odisha government has already printed books, particularly for Santali people and Kui people. There is a Kondha people and Santali people. They are very huge number of Santali people and Kondha people are in Odisha. Both of them are PVTG groups, primarily vulnerable tribal groups, and their lipi, I mean text, the letters have been developed and book have been published,
जी
so that they can be taught in their mother tongue.
राइट डॉक्टर मनोज मिश्रा जी,
Yes,
एक रिक्वेस्ट मुझे आपसे करनी थी।
yes,
आपकी पूरी प्रेजेंटेशन जो हम देख रहे हैं, और सर आपके पास जितनी नॉलेज है और जो जो आप हमें फैक्ट्स बता रहे हैं, द फैक्ट दैट यू आर टेलिंग अस, तो
yes.
हमारी वो जो कहते हैं ना कि नॉलेज की भूख, वो थोड़ी और बढ़ गई है। तो अगर आप जी, आप अगर हमें इजाजत दे तो आपकी परमिशन से क्या हम ये प्लान आउट कर सकते हैं कि इसको हम दो पार्ट्स में करें, और
Yes, yes,
वी
yes,
शुड
yes.
कम विद यू टुमारो ऑल्सो, और पार्ट टू करें, क्योंकि सर बहुत
हाँ,
कुछ
हाँ,
है आपसे पूछने के लिए भी, और
हाँ,
आपका
हाँ, हाँ, हाँ,
इतना
yes.
वास्ट है,
हाँ,
और
हाँ,
अभी
हाँ,
ये जो इतना कुछ जानने को और है, सो
हाँ,
विद
हाँ,
योर
हाँ.
परमिशन कैन वी डू इट टुमारो ऑल्सो?
Actually, tomorrow, though, I do have some other program,
नो
but
वरीज, नेक्स्ट वीक वी कैन,
next week, definitely.
ठीक है सर,
हाँ, 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 हाँ,
because there are
definitely.
lot many things to
Ye-
ask also, and no, lot many things to know also. We'll do
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely.
next
So
week
many
also.
things.
जी
Yes, yes, yes.
जी जी
Please,
जी जी।
then, please,
हाँ जी हाँ जी हाँ जी
uh,
हाँ जी जी
uh,
सर।
then please carry forward the today's program, and
राइट,
if at all any question round is there, then I will be I will answer. I would like to answer those questions. Otherwise, whatever program you have, you please carry forward.
yes sir, we have questions to ask, that's what I was telling you, कि मैं मतलब आपका भी ज्यादा समय ना लूं, और हम एक सेशन पूरा इस तरह से रखें जो आपका एक्सपीरियंस है और जो क्वेश्चंस है उनको भी हम ले, और इसमें मुझे लगता है कि जैसे आपने बिल्कुल क्रमवार, मतलब आपने हमारी वहाँ उड़ीसा की सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट से लेकर नेचुरल टूरिज्म से लेकर फिर टेम्पल से लेकर उसके बाद बाकी सब चीजों को कवर करते हुए आप फिर ये जो ट्राइबल टूरिज्म को लेकर आप बता रहे हैं, इसमें बहुत कुछ उड़ीसा में तो हैंडीक्राफ्ट हैंडलूम्स में,
Yes, yes. Handicraft.
और सर सबसे अच्छी बात यह है कि
हाँ,
आपका फर्स्ट हैंड एक्सपीरियंस है, यू हैव अ फर्स्ट हैंड एक्सपीरियंस, बिकॉज
yes,
आप यू हैव शोन इट टू द टूरिस्ट।
yes,
सो
yes,
आज के लिए आई विल टेक वन क्वेश्चन एंड देन वील
yes,
कवर मोर इन द नेक्स्ट सेकंड पार्ट।
yes,
I
yes,
I
yes,
just want to know, sir,
yes.
uh, because you have seen from the very first, like first site, and you are a travel agent yourself. So,
Yes.
what things you are seeing on ground nowadays that government is actually focusing to bring Odisha more into tourism map, and what things you are seeing that they are not happening and they should happen so that tourism should raise in a sustainable manner.
Yes, yes. Um, Actually, to be very frank, with a lot of pain and anguish in my mind, I
जी
must admit that Odisha government is not taking every care to promote our tourism. Actually, Odisha, the biggest strength of Odisha is rural tourism and tribal tourism. And I have not yet touched the handicraft aspect, because the another name of Odisha is Utkala. Utkala means Utkrishta Kalar Rajya. Utkrishta Kalar Rajya. Utkala means the place where excellent handicrafts are made. That is, otherwise you can translate in English. And I have not yet touched the handicraft artisans are not given importance, and their art and crafts. Uh, Actually, in the recent past, the central government has launched a program, Vishwakarma Yojana, and in this scheme, 2.5 lakh rupees will be given to in phased manner to those artisans, and they can purchase their tools, and they can purchase raw materials for doing the handicrafts, and particularly I have not yet touched textiles also, because I said in the beginning that Odisha stands for 3T: temples, tribes, and textiles. I just spoke about few aspects, not all, few aspects of temples and tribes, and textile part is still lacking. Textile villages are certain textile villages are there in Odisha, where excellent textiles are woven, hand woven. Their handloom has to be given more importance. particularly I would like to say the tribal tourism and the rural tourism aspect has to be given more importance, more focus, so that because Odisha's truly Odishan villages are the fountainheads of our culture. Several villages which are heritage crafts villages. People all around the know about only one village that is called Raghurajpur. But keeping aside Raghurajpur, there are so many other villages. I have gone to several of them, and I found the artisans are uh, are very really very downtrodden and poor because they are not getting enough opportunities to sell their handicrafts. If they go for they take 1 month for hand weaving a sari, and they don't become able to sell it and get proper price, then they are losing their heart and they are getting disheartened. They are not getting able to sell their products in right price. And that's why if rural tourism can be given more importance, people go to the rural markets, tourists will go to the rural markets, and the accommodation units and transportation systems has to be strengthened so that people can stay over there, visit their rural markets, purchase their products, and that will prove beneficial in uplifting the local economy and the country economy as well.
जी
Okay.
जी जी
Yes.
Yes, sir, you are absolutely right, because I know that one important aspect of tourism of Odisha is art and craft, handicraft, and all that. And we
Yes.
want to know more about that with you. So
Yes.
maybe in part two, we'll do that. And we
Yes.
will definitely want to talk to you about your experience
Okay.
as a tour guide and more
Yes. Yes.
such things. And
Yes.
you have told us that this is your website, that Lunar Secretary.
Lunar से ecstasy.
Okay, right.
Lunar.
So we can go there and we can have more
हाँ.
information onto that.
Yes, yes, yes.
जी जी
Lunarsextasy.com.
जी
There are 106 articles and which delve into different varieties of aspects of our tourism, our handicraft, our archaeology,
जी
etc. And
जी
whichever article catches your attention, you can go through that. And if you can develop questions regarding that particular article or facts mentioned in that particular article, you
जी.
can feel comfortable to ask me in my next
Right,
session.
definitely. Next, in your next program, we'll definitely do that. So
Okay.
next week we'll plan, sir, most
Okay.
probably as per your convenience, and we'll
Yes,
do the
yes.
part two also. This
Yes,
very,
yes.
very well explained today's webinar.
Thank
And
you.
all the things that you have told us about the temple architecture, everything very interesting to know about. And
Yes.
thank you. And this
Yes.
shows your dedication towards this particular tourism aspect. So
Thank
all
you.
the best to you, sir. And we are
Thank you.
pleased to listen to you today. So
Thank
if
you.
you can just stop share your screen, and we can thank you in a proper way. We can see you, our audience can see you much better. If you can
Okay,
just
okay,
share,
okay,
stop share your presentation.
okay, 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 okay. Let me take help of my uh,
जी 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 जी
स्क्रीन बड़ा कर दो स्क्रीन।
स्टॉप शेयर कर दीजिए।
अच्छा, मैं स्क्रीन टा बड़ा कर दूँ। स्टॉप
हाँ जी,
शेयर।
स्टॉप शेयर कर दीजिए सो दैट ये
हाँ,
प्रेजेंटेशन।
हाँ, 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 स्टॉप शेयर।
हाँ जी, स्टॉप शेयर। जी सर, नाउ वी कैन सी यू, आवर ऑडियंस कैन सी यू।
ये क्या अभी फोटोग्राफ अभी क्या वीडियो पूरा स्क्रीन दिखाई दे रहा है?
हाँ जी बिल्कुल,
हाँ,
अब आप दिख रहे हैं हमें, और
हाँ,
आपकी जो
हाँ,
प्रेजेंटेशन है वो स्टॉप हो गई है सर।
अच्छा, अच्छा, ओके, ओके,
तो क्योंकि एक हम आपको थैंक यू कर सके, और
ओके,
जो एस्पायरिंग स्टूडेंट्स भी वॉच कर रहे हैं उनके लिए
ओके,
आपसे एक मैसेज भी ले सके, इसके लिए हम मतलब जो इस फील्ड में है, टूरिज्म फील्ड में, मतलब
यस, यस,
आज की आपकी जो प्रेजेंटेशन और आपकी जो टॉक है वो आपकी डेडिकेशन दिखाता है टुवर्ड्स दिस। सो इसी तरह से आप अपने स्टूडेंट्स को क्या कहते हैं व्हाइल यू आर टीचिंग देम टूरिज्म,
यस,
और उन
यस,
जो भी लिसनर्स हैं जो हमें सुन रहे हैं, जो इस फील्ड में आगे आना चाहते हैं, तो
यस।
उनके लिए आपका क्या एक मैसेज है कि इस फील्ड में एक्सेल करने के लिए क्या करना चाहिए?
हाँ. Um, First of all, you have to be a discerning traveler. Um, from- you should have that genuine willingness to travel from one place to another. I mean, to go to a new place, find their way of life, their food habits, their culture, their fairs and festival, their clothings, and their way of life, so that you can enrich your existing knowledge about them, and so that you can share all those acquired knowledge with the tourists. And being a student, you have to uh, you have to focus your approach on any particular aspect of tourism industry. Suppose you see, after one decade of experience in different corporate jobs, I gathered uh, good experience, and later on I moved on to teaching. And in spite of that, I definitely find, though I have not adopted guiding as my whole time profession, but I still accompany people to different places, though I have to take little hardship, because accommodation opportunities and food options are not plentifully available in different tribal hinterlands. But still then I have to take little pain, so that I can disseminate whatever knowledge I have to the tourist, and the tourist can learn more about our tourism resources. That's why I have also I'm also doing guiding. That's why there are several sectors of tourism industry, be it tour operating, be it management of a travel agency, guiding, or even writing blogs, or whatever, or air ticketing. There are several aspects of the tourism industry, but you have to focus your approach on a particular area and try to excel on it.
Right.
That's all.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for this message. And we'll meet you, dear audience. We'll bring second part of this particular webinar with Dr. Manoj Mishra ji very soon next week, and we'll inform you well in advance about that, and we'll have more information on tourism with Dr. Mishra. Thank you, sir.